Hello and welcome to iShare. In this short video clip, we give ordinary people the opportunity to tell how they go about sharing their faith. We're doing this in the hope that it might inspire you to do something similar from the ideas you see. Welcome to this episode of iShare. This time I'd like to introduce you to two people, Daniela.
Hi, Brian.
And Doina.
Lovely to be here, Brian.
Now, Daniela and Doina have had an intentional personal ministry since 2011. And I'm going to ask Doina perhaps to describe that to us.
Well, just looking around the world and seeing the times that we live in, God impressed us that now is the time to share the truth. And we prayed about it for quite some time. We used to get together in the mornings and pray about it to know and be impressed how to go about it. And we thought the best way is to go out and buy some resources that we can share around the community and in our neighbourhood.
Okay, so Daniela, what were the resources you bought to share in the community?
Well, initially we were impressed by the project that was going on with the Great Controversy, that each household should have one, and that's how we started. We started with books with the Great Controversy, and we also put in Mark Finley's When God Said Remember, or other little books, easy read books, not too big ones, so that people won't be turned off. And that's how we started. Yeah. We actually started letterboxing them.
How did that progress and develop?
Well, eventually once the Revelation DVD came out, we actually moved from the Great Controversy books onto the DVDs. We purchased the Revelation DVDs and the End Time events, and we coupled them together, and we packed them in little gift parcels.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's what we did. With the books, I mainly handed them out even in my workplace at the time where I worked, because it was a better way of finding out if they were reading it or not. And then we thought maybe with a DVD they're more easily enticed. You just put it in and you watch it. Yeah.
So how was that received?
I had different reactions. Yeah. Some people have read them or started reading them. Others not very much so. They were too busy to do it. But then also I started giving them DVDs. And there was actually a lady that her English wasn't very good, but she got her husband to sit down and explain it to her, the Revelation DVD, and she was quite enjoying it. She found it very interesting. And at another place, because I used to work through agency as a nurse, there was a lady that she said when she put it in to watch it, her son, who was a teenager, he sat down and watched it from beginning to the end, and she said he hardly ever sits down to watch a documentary, but he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and have you had any really special experiences doing this, Doina?
Yes, we have befriended a lady in the nearby park where we used to go and walk. So we decided, well, we have to share something with her. We have to give her a couple of those DVDs. And one morning, I was very strongly impressed as I was getting ready to take a couple of DVDs with myself, and because I was in a rush, I kept on saying, I will do it, and I forgot to put them in my handbag. And when I went out to the shops, I just saw the lady there shopping, and I was so disappointed in myself, because that's when I realized that I just missed the voice of the Holy Spirit. But the beauty of it is that God does not leave us disappointed. He gives us another chance. And when we went out walking, we definitely made sure that this time we're going to have some DVDs with us, and we shared it with her, and she was so happy. Another interesting thing was that she shared with us that she has her son-in-law who loves preaching, and she said that because we also gave them a book, the same book by Mark Finley, When God Said Remember, which is about the Sabbath. He asked her if he could take that book and read it himself.
So when you go around the street handing out things in letterboxes, do you go together?
No, we always went together.
Yeah. And does that create any comments?
I think people are more focusing on what we're giving them, because I remember this Indian gentleman, when he saw us give him this gift wrap, because we say this is a free gift for you,
Yes.
and we
Those
say
are the DVDs.
the DVDs, and we tell them this is a documentary about Bible prophecy, and he said, "Oh wow, where can I get more? Can you tell me where can I go to get? Because I'm just leaving country tomorrow, going back to India, and I would like to have more." So we said, "Oh, if you'd like to share," and he said, "Yeah, definitely." We gave him more. So people really, I think, sometimes it's easy to befriend them because we are twins, and they do comment in that way. "Oh, you are twins,"
Yes.
and then from there we become friends, and it's easier to.
Yeah. It certainly is a conversation starter.
That's it, yeah. And I always said that God made us twins for a purpose. So this must be it.
Well, I guess that's one of them. Have you had any challenging experiences that maybe have discouraged you? And
It has happened. In particular, it happened to me one time when we were doing our shopping, and we have befriended this lady at the checkout, and because once again we are twins, she always would chat about us being twins, and if I wouldn't be around my twin, she'd ask where Doina is, and I was impressed to give her one of those little gifts with the DVDs once I've done my shopping, and when I approached her, she asked, "What is it?" And when I explained it to her, she just said, "Oh, no, I'm not interested." And it was in a way confronting, because there were other people around as well. And it made me wonder whether I did hear the Holy Spirit right when I was impressed to give it to her. But yeah, I believe these experiences are allowed so that we would grow from them.
when you decide you're going out at a particular time, is there any preparation that you undertake before you go and hand out these things?
We do pray.
Yeah.
Always pray. We prayed over the DVDs and over the books.
Now you have the challenge of funding all of this. You're telling me you've lost count of the number of books and DVDs you've given away. How do you go about raising the finances to do this?
Well, I used to be I used to be one of those people who would say, "Oh, I would so love to do something for the Lord, but I can never save anything. I can never do it. It's just never enough money." And for anyone who's the same, I would say, go before God and say, "Lord, what can I do?" Because He will flood you with thoughts suddenly where you have to act upon it, because there's no denying there's ways of doing it. He brought to mind things that I would buy on a regular basis, weekly or even daily, that I really didn't need.
Yeah.
I just wanted them. And that's another way of doing it. And also, like, I'm thinking of the time of financial year when people get back tax returns. Commit that money to God. The way He kept you going without that money in your pocket, He's going to keep you going till next year without it, and just commit it to Him completely,
And when you pray about going out to give out the materials, does God ever perhaps change your plans?
Yes, we went out to, remember in Narre Warren, we were handing out all these DVDs at the train station.
All right.
And we didn't know we were not allowed. And
Did you get into trouble for that?
yes, we did. We did. They said, "Do you have a permit to do it?"
Bit, though,
Yeah,
before.
like they were going like hot bread,
So what happened to you?
And they said, "Do you have permit to do it here?" And he said, "Oh, we didn't know we had to have a permit for this, And he said, "No, not around this premise." So then we moved to Dandenong, and we didn't go on the train station. We just sat at the crossing, and the same thing. We would tell them that this is a free gift for you and what it's about. So I believe God said, "You've handed out enough here. Now move to that area." So that was one of those times.
Well, that's
I believe.
interesting.
We actually got lost. I don't know where we were heading to, a shopping centre, and we got lost. And it was interesting because both my twin and I, we were thinking as we were driving past a hospital, should we go and visit that lady that we knew she was in the hospital? one of us, I don't know which one, whether Doina or myself, voiced our thoughts. Should we go and visit that lady? And then we said, oh, that was my thought too. Maybe the Lord brought us here. We got lost for a purpose, so we went and visited the lady.
Now, is this something that you enjoy, or is it a bit of a job that you feel obliged to do?
Oh, no. No, I definitely enjoy doing it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to people who might be thinking, what can I do? You know, what little ministry can I take up to have an influence for Jesus, particularly with all the end time events that are happening so rapidly now? It's almost impossible to keep up with them.
Well, certainly pray about it, and the Lord will inspire you. And do not get discouraged, even if you don't see the results straight away, even if you get people that they will turn you down. Just walk by faith. Trust that the Lord had called you, because this is the commission that we all have, to go and spread the gospel.
I believe that now is the time to share the truth, because soon the doors will be shut, and we don't want to be one of those people who will stand up and hear our neighbours say, oh, you knew all this and you didn't say anything to me, you didn't share it. Just share it and leave the consequences to God.
Thanks very much, Doina and Daniela, for
Pleasure.
giving us some time to share your experience with others. And we hope that the experience of Daniela and Doina have sparked some ideas in your mind, and that you'll take up the challenge to share your faith in ways that are unique and novel to you. And we hope that God blesses you for it.